Welcome to this in-depth exploration of Arsenal Football Club's persistent difficulty they have faced over the years, the elusive quest to replace a legend.
My name is Mex.
And I'm Paul from the Cannon Club, and in today's video essay, we delve into the enigma that is Patrick Vieira and the monumental task Arsenal has faced in finding his true successor.
To understand the gravity of Arsenal's challenge, we must first grasp the essence of Patrick Vieira's legacy. When Arsene Wenger bought a relatively unknown 20-year-old midfielder from AC Milan to Arsenal in 1996, few could have predicted the seismic impact that Patrick Vieira would have on English football. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches, Vieira possessed an imposing physical presence that was only matched by his exceptional footballing ability. With a languid stride and an innate ability to dictate play, he was the embodiment of the modern midfield powerhouse. Vieira embodied leadership, tenacity, and skill in equal measure. As the linchpin of Arsenal's invincible squad, he showcased his ability to dictate play, dominate midfield battles, and inspire his teammates to achieve greatness.
Vieira's arrival coincided with a period of transformation at Arsenal. The club was transitioning from the old-school English football style to a more cultured, possession-based approach. Vieira was the bridge between these eras. He could bully opponents off the ball with his strength and tenacity, yet he could also orchestrate attacks with his vision and passing range. What set Vieira apart, however, was his leadership. He wasn't just the team's captain, he was its heart and soul. His commitment to the cause was unwavering, and he demanded the same level of dedication from his teammates. Vieira's fiery on-field persona was legendary, but he coupled it with a footballing intelligence that made him the complete package.
The crowning achievement on Vieira's Arsenal career came in the 03-04 season, when he captained the team to an unbeaten Premier League campaign. The Invincibles, as they became known, achieved a feat that had not been accomplished in English football since the 19th century. Vieira was at the epicenter of this historic achievement, marshalling the midfield with an authority that left opponents in awe. Vieira's time at Arsenal came to an end in 2005 when he transferred to Juventus. It was a tearful farewell, as the Arsenal faithful knew they were saying goodbye to a legend. In his 9 years at the club, Vieira had amassed 3 Premier Leagues and 4 FA Cups, leaving an indelible legacy that few could hope to match.
After Vieira's departure in 2005, Arsenal entered a transitional phase for some years, marked by tactical shifts. The introduction of more creative technical playmakers like Cesc Fabregas, Tomas Rosicky, Alexander Hebb, Jack Wilshere, Denilson, Samir Nasri, and Santi Cazorla brought a different dynamic to the midfield, focusing on ball retention and distribution. While some of these players didn't play centre midfield for Arsenal, in some sense, Arsenal had attempted to move away from having a reliance on individuals to control the midfield and decided to have technical players who could interchange and control the game that way.
Fabregas was probably the closest to Vieira. Whilst he displayed good leadership at times, was effective in the opposition box, and never shied from hard work. His move to Barcelona in 2011 and subsequent move to Chelsea in 2014 have, to some fans, tainted his legacy.
Despite the evolution, Arsenal detractors and fans felt the core of the team continued to lack the commanding presence Vieira embodied. A number of suitors came and went in the search of a player who could blend technical brilliance with physical dominance. The likes of Alex Song, Abu Diaby, Lassana Diarra, and Francis Coquelin displayed promise, yet couldn't quite emulate Vieira's complete package. While some of these players excelled in areas Vieira did, they lack in others, and ultimately were not close to our midfield general.
In recent years, Arsenal have looked to players like Granit Xhaka, who despite his egregious mishap with the fans, displayed great leadership on the pitch and behind the scenes. However, lacked the quality, defensive and attacking prowess of Vieira. Thomas Partey is likely to have a lot of the technical quality Vieira possessed, although his leadership ability pales in comparison. It would also be safe to say his effectiveness in both attacking and defensive boxes are not on par with Vieira.
This is not to say that some of these players didn't serve the club well, or that they weren't good players, but rather, when we compare to the high standards of Patrick Vieira, it's fair to say they just come up short.
However, in 2023, Arsenal completed the £100 million signing of Declan Rice. He is a physical specimen, somewhat in the mould of Patrick Vieira. He was signed from an industrious West Ham side and, unlike Vieira, has not come to Arsenal with mixed reviews. His quality is clear to see, and he was the ever-present captain and leader of West Ham and touted to be a potential future captain of England.
He is the latest iteration of a Vieira replacement, and with his power, defensive awareness, technical ability, and deceptively quick speed, he may have a chance at filling the Frenchman's boots. However, he is only at the beginning of his Arsenal journey, with still a lot to prove. It is important to add that whilst we are focused on the position of centre mid, Arsenal may finally have a captain we can rely on, and whilst a different character and type of player, Martin Ødegaard is regularly displaying the qualities needed to be an Arsenal captain for the books.
Replacing a legend isn't merely a tactical challenge, it's a psychological one. The burden of comparison to Vieira's legacy weighed heavily on the shoulders of potential replacements. These psychological hurdles Arsenal have faced due to near misses and failed title bids have had all fans wishing for a player who can once again lead Arsenal to Premier League glory.
In closing, Arsenal's difficulty in replacing Patrick Vieira isn't just a tale of football transfers. It's a reflection of the complexities of footballing identity, fan expectations, and the ever-evolving nature of the sport. As the club continues to evolve, the search for the new Vieira may ultimately halt, as football has become a system-based game where the sum of the parts is more important than the individual playing, despite force-of-nature players still existing like Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe.
What this does is serve as a reminder that certain legends are irreplaceable and their legacy extends beyond the pitch. Maybe we don't ever need to have a new Vieira, and never will be able to, because he was and will always be irreplaceable.
3 Premier Leagues, 4 FA Cups, 3 Community Shields, 6 appearances in the PFA Team of the Year and 1 PFA Player of the Year.